You've felt it before. Maybe late at night, or on a quiet weekend with nothing on the calendar and no one to call. That specific kind of ache when you've been alone for too long. It isn't quite sadness, and it isn't quite boredom. It's something closer to hunger, a restless, pulling sensation that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Something deep inside your body treats that ache as a genuine emergency. And here's the part that should unsettle you. This isn't a figure of speech. It isn't just a poetic way to describe loneliness. Your brain, on a biological level, processes the absence of other people using almost the exact same warning system it uses when your body is starving for food. So, why would simply being alone feel like starving to death? To understand that, we can't look at your life today. We have to go back, long before phones, long before cities, long before anything you'd recognize as modern civilization. For the overwhelming majority of human history, survival was never an individual project. You didn't make it on your own. You lived inside a small group, maybe 30 people, maybe 50, tightly bound together by necessity, because none of them could have made it alone. That group hunted together. They defended each other from predators in the dark. They shared what little food existed, even when there wasn't much to go around. A single human being, alone in the wild, with no group behind them, had almost no realistic chance of surviving for long. So, somewhere along the way, the brain evolved a very simple, very blunt rule. Separation from the group is a 5-alarm emergency. Full stop. Being cast out wasn't just uncomfortable, it was quite literally a death sentence. No protection, no share of the food, no one to even notice if a predator came for you in the night. Modern neuroscience backs this up in an almost eerie way. When researchers put people into brain scanners and deliberately trigger a feeling of social rejection, the same neural regions light up that activate when the body registers actual physical pain. In other words, loneliness doesn't just feel emotionally unpleasant. Your brain doesn't file it away as a minor inconvenience. It categorizes it in the same bucket as a physical injury, something urgent, something that demands to be fixed immediately. And it goes even further than emotion alone. Chronic, prolonged loneliness has been shown to raise cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, and to increase markers of inflammation throughout the entire body. Your whole physiological system quietly shifts into a heightened state of alert, one that keeps signaling, something here is wrong, you are exposed, you are not safe, even when nothing dangerous is actually happening around you at all. And here is the mismatch that makes all of this so strange. Today, in the world you actually live in, being alone has never in human history been safer. You have locked doors, food delivered to your address without seeing another person, a phone that can summon help in seconds. Objectively speaking, solitude has never carried less real physical risk than it does right now. But your brain has no idea that any of this is true. It's still running ancient code, written thousands of generations ago for a world of open fires and wild predators. That mismatch is exactly why prolonged isolation quietly wears people down over time. Not because of any actual danger nearby, but because a nervous system stuck on constant high alert has nowhere to send that signal, nothing to fight, no resolution. Some researchers have gone as far as comparing the long-term health toll of chronic loneliness to that of other major well-established risk factors for poor health. The body simply keeps preparing, again and again, for a threat that never physically arrives. Which brings us to the part that actually matters for you. That ache you feel isn't a flaw somewhere inside you. It isn't weakness, and it isn't something dramatic or broken. It's an alarm system doing precisely the job it was engineered to do. It's simply aimed at a world it was never designed to read correctly. Your brain isn't malfunctioning when it aches for connection. It's still, quietly and relentlessly, trying to keep you inside the light of the fire, exactly the way it was built to. Understanding all of this doesn't magically erase the ache, but it does change what that ache means to you. It stops being proof that something is fundamentally wrong with you, some personal failure you need to fix. Instead, it becomes proof of something else entirely. That underneath every modern convenience, every locked door and delivery app, you are still exactly what you were built to be, a creature that was never ever meant to survive entirely alone. This is Logos Void, a channel built around taking apart the fears you already quietly carry with you every day, and showing you exactly where they came from, and why they still control so much of what you feel. If any part of this hits something real in you, there's another video linked right now that goes even deeper into why your brain was never built for the world you're living in. And if you want to keep looking, go ahead and subscribe.